going on. Um, I want to talk about, what is magic. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that there's a real metaphysical mysticism, witchcraftery that is real, but I also believe that magic is just kind of like it's a misappropriated term because it's a lot more simple than what people think it is. Like basically, a pickpocket is basically a magician in a way because what he does is he bumps into you over here, but he plucks from you something over here. And that is a way, this is a bender of reality. This is a person who creates a misdirection and is aware of misdirection and knows how to bypass not only your emotional and psychological and intellectual state. I mean, these people, it's like this. My buddy Armando, he used to say about how to get a woman. Well, if she has her heart guarded from previous relationships where she was done dirty, then you appeal to her mind. You know what I'm saying? And if the mind is blocked, well then you infiltrate through enticing her body. I mean, I know that's very that's straightforward and blunt, but this is how men have been in this culture. This is what kind of mindsets that it breeds, because if you're aware of these things and others are not, it gives you the appearance that it's almost magical or pimpery. Basically, is what this is. In short, it's pimpery. It's a form of it. So, I mean, basically, that is a form of magic. I mean, people just, like alchemies, like turning one element into another element. So, I mean, that is hustling as well. When you make something that is worthless amass you a fortune. I mean, this is like basically people who, this is basically, that's selling people water bottles when, per gallon, you're paying like $20 a gallon for water when you can go just get the same thing out of your tap water. That is magic. That is deception. That is bending reality. That means they got their witches, their 9 out of 10 dentists that use this product. This is the same thing as advertisement. It isn't about morality. It isn't about what's right. It's about profitability. Is it profitable? I mean, that is easiest way to figure out why people do things. Is like, well, what do they profit by doing this? You know what I'm saying? And everyone profits from something somehow, or they wouldn't do it. There's got to be some kind of payoff. So, just like, they say about the people that sell their souls to attain secret knowledge to give them special abilities. I mean, this is the same thing. They had to pay a price for a certain ability or knowledge. Knowledge is because here's the thing. I could be like, I could set up a situation, for instance, where meet me here at this time, and we'll have something that will appear. And I could have my guys, my Genjin, my operatives, hanging out in the woods, and I could say, Spirit, reveal yourself, make a sign, and then have the dude knock 3 times, basically, from a hidden location. And it'll seem like, I have some kind of supernatural awareness and perception, but really no. What it is you're just gullible, and you're not assuming that you're not assuming the worst. The worst would be that I planned this all out and it's a big deception. I mean, these are just scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Not that I never done this, but it's very easy to do. Or it's like it's just the rock over the shoulder. When the person looks, that's when you strike. You divert attention, or you make things appear grander than they are. And we've all seen even magicians. They work with stage hands, help. You know what I'm saying? That they wouldn't be able to accomplish their tasks without working as a team. Okay, same thing. A lot of these magicians, they have their adept disciples that help them, and they also help with the veil of secrecy. They don't reveal the secrets of the magic, or the whole magic act would just be it wouldn't work. Like, once again, when you're being conned, the first thing you can do to defend yourself against being conned is do not buy no stock in the con. In order for a con to work, you have to agree. You have to forfeit, yield your energy over to the trick. Because, a lot of this stuff is trick. I'm only talking about here when it comes to sleight of hand deceptions. I'm not talking about actual real spirit workers. Because, those are out there too. That's almost like some of your psychics are really just consulters of familiar spirits. And anyone who knows anything about spirits, that they're deceptive in nature. That's why a lot of these occult magicians, this is a difference. This isn't your deception, sleight of hand magicians. This is your intermingled with real occult stuff, kind of like Houdini was rumored to be a heavy occultist and a magician. So, people don't really understand that. Here's another thing. A person who can control your reality, how you can perceive things. This could come in the form of a teacher, which will be your gatekeeper, who will steer you away from the actual truth. Because here's the thing. If you can prove that you can achieve truths without a teacher, then all of a sudden this teacher's position, he loses his power. You don't have to chop his wood. You don't have to fetch his water. You don't have to sweep his floors. You don't have to wash his feet. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they got all these gatekeepers out here that stop you from pulling back the curtain to show the wizard behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz. And you realize this is all orchestrated effort from many different incremental groups that are playing roles. They're props in the fraud. So, a bender of reality. This is just a person who can lie so good that they can paint a picture for you that is more believable than the reality itself. So, therefore, they don't need to control reality. They just need to control the perception of those trying to observe reality. And this is a form of witchcraft, deception, and it's a con job, man. At least this aspect of it. On the other side of it, I can't speak too great on that because, look, I only have a limited understanding of what the true extent of these people with these powers actually is. Like the people who put the Washington Monument up, the Pentagon, the pentagram, the womb of Isis, and all these geoglyphs that they've put everywhere on the ley lines. Listening to the Satanists, they say they control territories. And then if you look in the Bible and you look into what the archons and the princes of the powers, these demon spirits, these commanding spirits that are over the continents, you know what I'm saying? To this effect right here. We don't know what the full extent of these powers are. Is it just superstition, or is there something grander going on here that us, as the normal people, the uninitiated, because I am uninitiated into their shit. If anything, I just go out and look at stuff, and then it's like, oh, this makes sense now, because I've been introduced to a lot of their different occult sciences and philosophies and tactics and tricks. And it's a big deception. And the ways deceptions work, it's not, the deception itself isn't really what the deception is there for. The deception is there for to influence the way you perceive what you think you're looking at. That's the real trick here. It's always there's false leads everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You'll get so sidetracked by the trail is purposefully deceptive. It's to lead you off into, and it's to make others look guilty as the culprits that are not. So, this is a big game of pointing the fingers at everyone else. You know, I mean, a lot of times the person who points the most fingers might be the one who is guilty. It's kind of like in the relationship, the first one to start to accuse the other person of cheating probably has a guilty conscience, and that's why they're so paranoid, is because they have a guilty conscience. And if I can prove that you are guilty before me, then it justifies me being guilty in the first place, basically. This is another form of witchcraft and deception. It really comes from lying. Lying is the first secret. That's the first secret of the trick, is that desensitize yourself to lying, even to the point where you're so good at lying that your own lies you believe. So self-deception is level one. First, you deceive others to the point where in your mind you justify it to where deception becomes telling the truth. This is how witchcraft works. It's to totally flip things and make them appear, to make this appear as this, and to make this appear as this.